Hello there internet dwellers, welcome back to another video. Today I thought we could continue watching the Alternate American Folklore series by Manticore. There's been 2 new videos released that I need to check out, and I will say this series is very confusing for sure. Like if I tried explaining just a little bit of it, it would make no sense. It involves a tree and a ship jester and like Thomas Jefferson and like merging, becoming a king. You know what? I'm not even going to try and explain it. So what I will do is I'll leave a link to the playlist down below in the description where you guys can go check it out for yourself and make sense of it as you will. But it's not my job here to describe it because I would do a very, very bad job and just confuse the heck out of you guys. So there's 2 videos we're going to be checking out today. There's The Thing in Vietnam and What Caused the Moon War. Be sure to go support the creator. Their link will be in the description down below alongside the playlist, obviously. Go like the video, watch alongside me in a muted tab if you wish. Yeah, let's just jump straight into this. We're going to start off with The Thing in Vietnam. In the description it says, historians know less than 1% of the population has AWS, American Wonderland Syndrome. And that was something from the Monument Mythos, which is an entirely other freaking basket of eggs. I don't know what the correct term is in honesty. Let's just get into this. Here we go. We're going to try and piece it together as we go along, guys. There's a lot of like kind of back stuff on the go. Selective service system. Dorian E. Vasque's draft card, printed 1969.
Sometimes the research is so surreal that I struggle to keep a firm grip on this reality. And my heart knows that. It's faster when I'm working, and I'll sometimes get those little stabs in your chest from anxiety.
Yeah.
It does a number on me.
Is that what that is?
I can only drink the coffee that the Cathonauts make once in a while. Otherwise,
What? Drink the coffee the Cathonauts made once in a while.
I'll toast.
Cathonauts, by the way, guys, are the people that went into the American Wonderland, I think. Or it was like underneath the Statue of Liberty. Or wherever the monuments were with this horned serpent inside it. You know what? I try and say it out loud and it gets even more confusing.
Day off. So instead of coffee, I go to Mama. Thinking about Mama grounds me best.
From Death Stranding?
I keep a lot of her things around my office. I have a stuffed bear of hers in my backpack here right now, actually.
That reminds me of Shadow Man.
It was one of her favorites. I didn't know her very well. She was quiet, silent mostly, and she liked to eat apples on the porch.
Damn.
We sat together there all the time, but kept to ourselves. Well, she did.
Right, what's going on? She doesn't look good there.
You know how if Mama or Papa asks, "Hey, honey, how's school?" You go blank and just say, "It was good," or "It was okay," or "It was fine." It frustrates parents to no end. But because she was such a vacuum.
You know what? You should ask instead. Rather than asking, how was school? You say something like, what did you enjoy at school today? Or, you know, if they want to rant, you say, okay, what annoyed you at school today? And you'll probably get a better answer there because for some reason humans work better with negative than positive stuff. But, you know, that's one way of getting out. And then you can turn that negative into a positive. You got to start with the negative and then turn it into a positive somehow.
I just had to tell her everything. And she listened and smiled. And she treated me right this way. She really kept an ear out. But I just had to talk about every little crush or bully. I'd even yap about all the animals I'd see over the fence. I used to play soccer after school, and she'd bring her apples and notebook and watch, just like how I watch little Lauren today when she plays with her team.
Lauren?
But
no. Is that? No? Okay.
you know,
Was there a Lauren Arnoldson? I can't remember.
every once in a long while, Mama had to say something. Sometimes she just couldn't bear to keep herself a secret anymore. I remember this one late night. She was on the porch, holding some papers in her hand. No apples anywhere, and she was completely still.
No apples?
So I thought that she fell asleep with her notebook.
She was dead.
The papers had some childish drawings of happy people, and I was just going to put them aside. The moment I touched those drawings, she got up, fast, yelling, and loud, too. It was just one of those few times I remember. Maya, stay back.
Okay, is this... Oh, my...
Those words always. Maya, stay back. She always felt real sorry after and apologized.
Okay, so this is Maya Arnoldson. Okay.
That night in particular was the first it happened. So I was a little shocked, but I soon knew that she would always sit back down. She never wanted to insult anyone for long. Back in her chair, she told me that ever since she was little, she knew she was in the wrong place. Not the wrong town.
So, are we talking about Virginia here? Virginia Arnoldson?
Or country. I mean, the whole world was wrong for her. The earth. The universe. Yeah, so this is talking about the Rockefeller tree incident where they zapped into a parallel universe, or they swapped, like, universes. It was all backwards from what she knew. And the funny thing is, I believed her. Totally. From the first word. But the reason I still believe is because she pressed my hand against her chest.
Yeah.
She teased, do you know what's wrong, Maya? And I was a smart girl. I knew. The heartbeat was on the wrong side.
Yeah.
It sounded off, too.
So it is Virginia.
She said something switched her out.
The tree.
She told me more later, and maybe I'll tell you. But what's important is that she always believed she was just plain old unlucky. And that this was just how her life was supposed to go. That's just wrong. That wasn't fair for her. And I think she kept to herself and stayed quiet so that she could stay here. She didn't want to like it did when she was young. I think that made talking to me more valuable to her. We both felt we were outside of the rest of the world, and that could change at any moment. Together, outside of a bubble, always an understanding between us. Maybe because a little bit of that old world passed down to me. I always knew I had to be careful, but not too careful. I could go play soccer and get in trouble because we knew I was already affected.
Affected?
My heart. It's always been in the middle of me.
Okay.
Fate's funny, too.
Right, hang on. I'm a little bit... Let me just go back to this. She's talking about her mum on the porch. And this is Maya. So that was Virginia Arnoldson. Yeah, okay. So the woman on the porch is Virginia Arnoldson, right? Who was swapped. And this is the version of Virginia Arnoldson that wasn't, like, lobotomized. Is that the correct word? Because I think there was two versions, right? One of them was lobotomized. Anyway, I had to just get over, like, make sure that's correct in my head. Above pre-transformation. Yeah, I guess this is a very interesting take on transgender. Her body feels different to everybody else's, if you know what I mean. I think that's what it's trying to say, because literally everyone else's, like, bodies, like the hats and in the right place and stuff, and maybe they feel like an outcast because theirs isn't like that. What is happening here? So one of those orbs from Devil May Cry. What? Hello? Oh. Who is that? Looks like a freaking still shot from like a Max Payne cutscene.
Dorian. That's right. Good. You're awake. I'm uncertain of how much your experience you remember, or whether you understand the condition you're presently in, but what do you remember?
Eternity.
Fair enough.
Underground.
Okay, they're talking about the American Wonderland.
Yes, interesting. We have similar reports coming in from other draft dodgers.
Oh, the draft dodgers, of course. They were apparently finding a way out of escaping America, and I believe the way to do it was through the Rockefeller statue or the tree, I believe, which zapped them into another universe.
I'll be the first to inform you that, more likely than not, you have developed false, fantastical memories under deeply distressing circumstances.
Are they going to blame it on PTSD? Well, it's not even PTSD if they're dodging the draft, you know what I mean?
To be a young man like yourself, on the run, being pursued in your own country, the mind can only take so much before it resorts to pure fantasy. I will believe what you experienced, Dorian, but it is not, as you might call it, objective reality. However, I sympathize with you, and I'm glad you've fallen into the right hands. Good hands.
Right.
At least mine are steady.
What does that mean?
My brain would have insulated itself in its imagination the same way as yours, had I been in your place, Dorian.
Okay, well, you're just calling them crazy then.
Real.
I believe that the physical effects of your transformation deeply impaired your sense of time and direction. We've made estimates, but we haven't fully evaluated the damage to your own sense of self.
Right.
What we do know is that you remain very disoriented. We don't know the full extent, but you could very well be in a hallucinatory state at this moment.
Right.
There are many medications in you that are taking the pain off your shoulders, but also inducing a kind of severe inebriation.
The hell?
Everything.
Yes, I know. You must be in a lot of it too. Yes, everything must hurt, I know.
Hang on a sec. Is this like... This feels like it's talking about Everett, in a way. You know, Virginia Arnoldson's son, I guess, came out as this disfigured, like, humanoid thing.
I want to give you your diagnosis and a few questions before you return to sleep. Is that acceptable to you?
No. No choice.
I know, Fate. Dorian, we've determined that you have AWS.
Right, okay.
Don't ask how we got that name, because frankly, its origin sounds like it may have come out of alternate American folklore.
Oh, they said the thing. Roll the credits.
Which is baseless. But the science does show this. Your anatomy has been stretched to near impossible limits.
Yeah.
Definitive.
Okay, so usually what happens there is the reason people are stretched is when they're in Wonderland, they tried climbing the tree, right, as it zaps, and then it stretches you across the tree. And I'm guessing some people survived and came out disfigured.
Human limits.
I think.
But we managed to isolate your vital organs and retain a significant portion of skin, bone, and muscle. A lot is missing, and you are going to look very different from this day forth, Dorian.
Can we see?
People will not recognize you like before, and the public at large will generally, well, they will see you as a stranger, Dorian.
Okay.
Inevitably, some will not even understand you.
Yeah.
Here, we want to make this transition as easy as possible for you.
Easy.
Yes.
Can we check on this guy's, like, if he's choking on something?
We have a variation of the witness protection program here at the hospital. You're at the Walt Disney Center in D.C., by the way.
Walt
Many
Disney?
of our AWS patients here have chosen new names as part of their first step in their journeys. Would you be open to that?
Yes.
What name would you like me to write from now on?
Middle name.
Dorian E. Vast.
It's Everett. Come on.
Let's see.
Everett.
I knew it. I bloody knew it. So Everett was Virginia Arnoldson's son. It's such a this part of the freaking Monument Mythos confused the heck out of me. There were two versions of Virginia Arnoldson. One of them met a man. I forgot what they're called. That got pregnant. I'm not sure what happened to that man. But then she kept on going back to the Rockefeller tree or whatever and asking to be taken back to her other universe because she wasn't in the right universe, and they kept telling her to come back. And when she did, she went, I think it was, I forgot which monument it was, but then she fell through. The baby didn't make it out, but I believe the baby went into the Wonderland and then came out in another universe. And that was Everett. I don't know. It's super confusing.
Right. Thank you, Everett.
Now, please get me
Damn. Selective service number. Years of disfigurement 1969. Wait, they freaking send him into war? That's what he looks like? They're sending a tree to Vietnam. I mean, he could blend in with the trees there. I mean, that would be... What are we looking at? What are we... Oh, look, you can kind of make it out of here. That's creepy as hell. If you imagine you're at war and you see a freaking tree dude coming at you. So that's Everett. Look, there he is. And there's multiple of these guys. Is he doing like the peace symbol there? He's waving at the camera, look. Freaking Everett doesn't get PTSD, guys. He gets nostalgia. Right. Turn this down a bit. How are you? They said they kept the organs intact. How? That is literally stick thin. It's literally sticks. Post-transformation. Oh, yeah, hang on. Go back to the pre-transformation. Right, I'm confused. I thought Everett didn't technically exist at all in either universe. He kind of existed within Wonderland and then was just zapped through to one of the universes. Who's this? Right. You know, guys, there's no point in even trying to understand what's happening because it just how? Explain that. Just explain it. Explain what we just saw there, guys. There's a person that was transformed into a tree and is serving in Vietnam as a tree. What's going on? What's happening? How do you describe this? Like, if you was to do is it a synopsis? I forgot what the term is of this series. People would look at you and go, "What? Are you okay? Are you good?" So we learned that Everett was alive and well. He was like, I remember in the Monument Mythos, he was like I forgot what region it was, because it's divided into 3 regions, right? Of the Alcatraz, and then there's Washington, and there's, I forgot what the other one is. But he was like found wandering, so I assume they picked him up and then for some odd reason sent the dude into war. That's absolutely insane. You know what, guys, let's move on to the next video here. It's called What Caused the Moon War. And you know what, at this point with this series, it could be anything. Anything could cause this moon war. Freaking James Dean could go play golf with Nixon, right? And then say, "Oh, you hear about those Soviets? They like Capri Sun." And then they're going to the moon because the moon's made of Capri Sun. And you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't know. Hang on a sec. Minute fauna are widely considered to be the first domesticated TFMDs, true forces of mass destruction. Okay, here we go. Every American extranaut has 3 guns. Extranaut. Number 1, Schmidt and Weston. Number 2, XM Luna. What the? Long Glen Blaster. Is that Jesus? The first Lunarian. Oh, it's Ayana, of course. Of course, silly me. Greets American extranauts. How did she get on the moon again? Ayana, by the way, guys, was York's wife. And that's a whole other thing. The Lunarians reveal a prized possession. Abe Lincoln's top hat. What, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, I wasn't... The moon's made of Capri Sun. The Americans want the hat. They stage an incident. False flag? War. Ayana, take me. War Jester. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack's really freaking cool. You know what, guys? It gets... It's one of those series that you have to really keep rewatching what's happening. What the heck is that thing? It's a little goblin. It's one of those Daedra. Oh, that's Maya?
We weren't afraid at first. We all had this unspoken assumption that these anomalies were temporary and insignificant.
Right.
We were numb to even the TFMDs since, more often than not, nothing serious came of them.
Right.
Nothing public, as Bill used to say. At least at first.
Right.
Then the Jester started writing messages on the rocks. And that's when we started getting, well, scared. We all had independently come to a few comfortable conclusions about life, about the irreplaceable intelligence of human beings and our unique emotional system.
Right.
Then we were confronted with someone with more knowledge and pain than anybody could ever imagine.
The Jester?
The Jester's life story is deeply intermingled with human history.
It's a very strange one. I'll give you that. The ship Jester, I believe... Oh, okay, never mind. The ship Jester, Thomas Jefferson, and was it York? All came together and created... I forgot what it was. Was it the special tree? I completely forgot.
With the history of each and every one of us. I don't want to disclose names because we're still verifying the identities that comprise the Jester. But wow, there was a shift in the team after the first message. Now there's a new conclusion we have all come to. Every single anomaly was, is, always will be significant. Consequential. Every single TFMD, because it's all connected. And it always, always goes back to us. Like Mama said, we are the anomalies.
We're the anomalies. Good lord. Okay, so that's Maya. I think. Is that Maya? Who, by the way, gets killed in the Grand Canyon. She gets her head chopped off, I think. That's in Monument Mythos. I don't know if this is being that's been retconned though. Okay, criticizes Ayana. White House withheld Lunarian death toll. Lunarian death toll. President blames Lunarians for war. Too little, too late for Lunarians. Photographs of Lunarian devastation leaked. Clinton finally apologizes. Where's he off? Epstein's Island? Okay. The United Nations Security Council discourages the use of atomic weaponry against the Lunarian peoples unless new evidence of a growing American death toll on the moon is presented to the council. There's a death toll on the moon? A Lunarian death toll. Jeez. Okay, why are they just bones? They just incinerate them? Well, no. What would they do? Why are they just bones? Oh my god, they've got Abe's hat on an astronaut's head. So why was Abe's hat there? On the moon? Why was that a thing? Ayana, and who is this? The Jester. And the Jester is technically Pat York, I think. Okay, there's no way that's the Crescent King. What is happening? What is happening? Oh my god. My brain hurts. I thought the Crescent King was... Okay, well that's about the house in the ocean, is it not? I completely forgot what the house in the ocean was about. Right. So Ayana and the Jester are the Crescent King. But I thought the Jester was also the special tree as well. Or King York. Or is that was something completely different? All space center staff missing. Well, that's not good. Clinton blames Crescent King. The Crescent King killed all the staff. Americans cannot access moon. Last laugh of the Crescent King. So there was a space station. What, on the moon there was a space station? And now the Crescent King's taken over it. Oh, and there we go. We're back in the minute fauna. Decades earlier. What decade are we talking about? Okay, the minute fauna and toxic skeletons have reached Florida. What do you mean toxic skeletons? We're in Oblivion right now. God we trust. Oh, it's Florida. Dangerous encounters when both continue to rise. The American military acknowledges the threats with firepower. Yeah, that, of course, just kill everything. Cannons. However, indigenous Americans seek other methods. Domestication. Of what? The minute fauna? Some minute fauna are rounded up by skilled cowboys. What's happening? Guys, what's happening? Departure. The bravest individuals lead the minute fauna to natural exits. Three, development. So hang on. They rounded up the minute fauna and that what? Indigenous seniors seek a permanent warning to future generations. A group of indigenous cowboys, freedom seekers, and ex-loyalists collaborate on a massive construction project. Oh, look at the dog of mine, there he is. A gallery of images. Or she, could be she, who knows. Good doggos. Oh, look at the dog of mine, yeah. They build beyond the railroads. Beyond the prairies. Beyond the swamps. What are they looking for? Decades later. Oh, Lauren Arnoldson. Oh, hang on a sec. Is this going off of the house in the ocean? Are you saying that the house in the ocean was built by natives, cowboys, for the minute fauna? What? Hang on, no. Hang on. Let's just watch. WTF? No cows. Turn that stinking light off. I burn. I feel that. I'm pale. I feel that too. You know, it's crazy. Like, as a ginger, as a redhead, as a fair-haired person, you get burnt like a lobster and then don't tan. It's like you get the worst of the worst. So you're still going to be pale, but we're going to freaking just burn your skin to a crisp. Question for you. I mean, you tan a little bit, but do you ever feel like everything isn't real? It's called derealization. But it's all connected and it's supposed to be like a warning. I don't know, man. It all feels like what? An omen nowadays. I think this place captures the whole feeling. Bird. I swear to God, even the planes fly slower now. They going crazy? There's the house in the ocean. Apparently Abe Lincoln visited once. Where? Visited where? Visited, what are we talking about? Don't ask me how, lol. You mean they visited this house? Some people say the last surviving extronaut lives there now. No, the Crescent King lives there, right? I don't give a fuck. Idgaff. So you'd have to go back and watch The House in the Ocean to try and make sense of what's happening here. Damn, look at that. Freaking laser beamed him in the head. Extronaut A. Last survivor of the First Lunarian War. Right. There's the Crescent King, who lives on the moon now. Last mortal survivor. These are the
same skies that you fools will last see.
Hang on. Now I just need to quickly clarify something here. Right, so the House in the Ocean ends with the Crescent King sending off some kind of like signal. So I'm guessing a species of things that determine whether or not a planet is viable, because if you see right here, it says void, meaning this place isn't good. And so the world ends. Basically, there's a Death Star out there that has just got a finger on a button. Like, is this... I don't know what it's viable for, what it's void, or what it's acceptable for. Maybe, are the people good? Or is it worthy of life or whatever? And they go, you know what? No, it means mass destruction, and it is a potential threat to the rest of the universe. So let's wipe out Earth. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, this series... when you try and understand it, because I thought the Jester merged with a bunch of other people, or was it that the bunch of other people merged and made the Jester? I completely forgot. It's one of those videos, one of those series where even if you try to understand it more, it's like the theory of relativity. The more you look into it, the more confusing it gets. Because there's like 4 different universes or whatever interacting here. You got the Monument Mythos, then you've got the Nixon verse. I think the House in the Ocean was part of the Nixon verse. I don't know, guys. It's super confusing for sure. And they sent a tree to Vietnam to kill things, which turned out to be Everett, which was Virginia Arnold's son that never made it. And there was a war on the moon with Ayanna, who was the wife of York, and then the Jester and Ayanna got together and formed into the Crescent King, and now the Crescent King, they must have gone to Earth at some point. I think it explains it in the House in the Ocean. They did eventually come to Earth and then destroyed it. So there we go, guys. That was, I mean, if you don't follow the series, then this is going to be extremely confusing for you. So I highly suggest you go check out the series for yourself. Like I said, it will be linked down below. I mean, even I'm confused. And I did a whole video watching the Monument Mythos, like from start to finish. Well, not all of it. I didn't do the Nixon verse stuff, so maybe that's why I'm kind of confused right now. But that would have been like another 2 hours of content on top of that already long video. There we go, guys. Manticore makes videos that are just so incomprehensible. It takes a very, very creative mind to think about the things that they do. I don't know what else to say there, guys, but there we go. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to go subscribe to Manticore, like the videos, all that good stuff. And if you enjoyed my reaction, my confused ass reaction to this, then leave a like rating down below, subscribe. I'm nearly at 200,000 subscribers, so any help towards that is greatly appreciated. And yeah, that's where we're going to end this video, guys. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.